Yeah, we ride around this ghost. If we show up, then we still have it. Yeah, we slide around this coast. Yeah, we glowing up, but we still trapped, sitting high up on the stone. When my foes out, got the world clapping. Yeah, we vibing up in this show. So your main girl in the private section. Yeah, we ride around this ghost. If we show up, then we still have it. Yeah, we slide around this coast. Yeah, we glowing up, but we still trapped, sitting high up on the stone. When my foes out, got the world clapping. Yeah, we vibing up in this show. So your main girl in the private section. Yeah, glowing up, but we still trapped. That's how a nigga survives. Flowing out, got the crowd packed. Yeah, that's how a nigga provides. Y'all insta this, y'all snap that, y'all diss this, and they snap back. Another mass shooting in the headlines. I'm like, damn, where that attack at? Cause y'all think this about race. They font that shit in your face. It's like every day it's the same agenda. It's really not that hard to trace. Fuck it, we might as well face it. Accept it, whatever it's wrapped in. There'll come a day when they run out of grace. So me and my niggas stay trapping. Yeah, ride around this ghost. If we show up, then we still have it. Yeah, we slide around this coast. Yeah, we glowing up, but we still trapped, sitting high up on the stone. When my foes out, got the world clapping. Yeah, we vibing up in this show. So your main girl in the private section. Hey, someone be too who I wanted to be and then what I became. Ended up going my own way, but I couldn't stay in my lane. Now if I'm honest, I've taken a liking to wearing these chains. They hold me down, make it easier when I start feeling the pain. Out of the overflow, your heart, they say your mouth speaks. Well, my heart must be fucked up, cause I can't speak and I can't sleep. So I stay woke in this daydream. Got shit to do, got the world to see. Got the same crew, got some new fleets. This an empire, fuck a boutique, that's real. I only say what I feel, got a new plate with the same meal. On a new hype with the same chill. Y'all too fake, gotta stay real. Got cast down from heaven, but I'm too good to stay in hell. I don't know where the story ends, but I keep writing like oh well, oh well. Yeah, I keep writing like oh well, oh well. Yeah, I don't know where the story ends, but I keep writing like oh well, oh well. Yeah, we ride around this ghost. If we show up, then we still have it. Yeah, we slide around this coast. Yeah, we glowing up, but we still trapped, sitting high up on the stone. When my foes out, got the world clapping. Yeah, we vibing up in this show. So your main girl in the private section. Yeah, we ride around this ghost. If we show up, then we still have it. Yeah, we slide around this coast. Yeah, we glowing up, but we still trapped, sitting high up on the stone. When my foes out, got the world clapping. Yeah, we vibing up in this show. So your main girl in the private section. Yeah.
The following program is rated TV MANOC. It contains a big pair of nuts directly on your chin. It is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
Yes, fat phobia causes incredible harm.
First of all, bitch, I'm a fat ass.
Our whiteness is part of the problem.
Ouch, my ribs.
Obesity is epidemic in the United States and a major cause of death.
What is fat activism?
I, a fat person, am sharing my own lived experience.
Pizza is a vegetable.
Your fat phobia is your problem.
It is not my place as a smaller-bodied white man to comment on it.
Radical body positivity.
What can men do against such reckless hate?
There's only one man who can help me.
This is for you new people. I only have one rule. Everyone fights, no one quits.
This day we fight!
Swole Normuth.
The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the bacon is sizzling. Welcome to the Daily Swole.
Testing. Testing, testicles. Welcome, everyone, to episode 24 Hundo and 41 of the Daily Mother Swole, the most muscular swolecast, beercast, broadcast, gamecast, mancast, pimpcast, sleevescast, and slaycast in the realm. Because when I flex, you flex, we all flex our biceps. What's going on, beaches, booshes, busters, hustlers, and your hoes? It's your boy, Papa Swole, yo, back with another episode. Today's episode, the Beastcast, is brought to you, is powered, is sponsored by Everson K2 Flexing on all you beasts.
It's the fucking Catalina wine mixer.
It's the fucking Catalina wine mixer.
What's going on, fam-wise? Welcome to the show, available on every fucking app possible. Everyone that's watching on YouTube, the best place to watch the live. Most people watch on YouTube live. Make sure that you hit the like button. Everyone, you know, this is up to you, fam. It's up to you. The ball sack is in your court. You know what I'm saying?
Because
The entire ball bag. So if we want to be slapping and fapping and going deep, make sure you hit the like button, because YouTube will share the stream to more people. If you hit that little thumbs up, takes 2 seconds, and I appreciate it. Also, make sure you're leaving us a review on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts. I think it's a challenge. I think it's going to be a challenge. We'll talk about it in a second. But make sure you leave us a 5-star review on the audio podcast, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Helps tremendously. Thank you so much for doing so. And on Spotify, you got polls and Q&A. You can ask questions on Spotify. It's a really interactive app if you didn't know that. So if you use Spotify, make sure you leave a comment about the show, and you can ask a question there as well. And there's polls. I do polls during every single episode, so you can answer a poll and stuff like that. They're pretty fun. So make sure you do that too. Yeah, let's hit some fucking records, fam. Let's hit those like buttons. Let's get like records going. Maybe we'll do special stuff. Maybe you guys want water breaks and stuff like that. Maybe you have to hit a certain like threshold. We got to get at least like 100 likes or something like that. And then if we don't hit that, then there's no water break. Hey, I know. I'd say I don't make the rules, but I fucking do. Goddamn right. Let's see the Tainty Man. Let's get a little Tainty Man. Looking good, looking juicy. How we doing, Lady Hawk, Colin, Jillian, Frank, Loretta, Maddie, Tanner? What is going on, beaches? Welcome to the show. Let's get into the nut. Let's get going. Make sure you're checking the links in the show notes below. SwoleNormousX.com to join the Swole fam. Let's get the fuck after it. I do want the church. There's no church here, but I'm going to go pick up the church during the busting of the nut. All right, let's get the nut busted, and we will get off to an amazing show. We got a great show. Let's fucking go. Here we go. Falcon. I said Falcon. Falcon. Yeah, put some respect on it, beaches. Fuck, I didn't hit the... My God. There was a lot of audio that wasn't available. Yeesh. That's going to be tough to, I'm going to have to clip that. All right. Anyway, I was saying a lot of things, but, yeah, where were we? So the church is here. Got the church, got her. I had to pick her up during the what the fuck? The busting of the nut. And what was I going to say? Raise the Floor, an amazing card. This was P3S5 and is, we have, I'm trying to think of what I also said, 59 days away from P3S6. So Raise the Floor is an awesome card. Drop that in the comments and we'll give it away at the end of today's episode. Perfect. Excellent. Now that we're doing video on Spotify, I muted the audio so you wouldn't hear like the door opening and stuff like that, and forgot to unmute. So hopefully, I don't know if I'll be able to edit that out. I probably won't because it's not that big of a deal. Just stick it through. All right. Let's see here. Let's get into the first Swole fam post. Just a tip, fam. Spit on it. Here we go. Hoo-ah. Babe, just an inch. It's cold outside. Ah, my goodness. My fucking goodness. All right. Here we go. Well, no audio on YouTube. Well, I don't know. That's YouTube's problem. There's definitely audio now, so we're good. All right, let's get into the first Swole fan post. Here we go.
What's in the box?
First one's from Allie. And Allie writes, hello all. I'm Allie from 41. I'm Allie, 41 years old, from Lebanon. Lebanon? I'm assuming there's a missing N. I was browsing and fell on the post on Instagram. You fell on them. That's what she said. Went to the website and here I am, started the elimination diet today. Excellent, Allie. Welcome to the fam. Welcome. We got one here from Debbie, and Debbie's got a question. So let's see. Hey, Swole fam, I've got 2 questions. So I've wound up staying at my current job. I stand a lot and my knees ache badly. I try walking around and squat down for about 30 seconds and that helps relieve it for a few minutes, but they still hurt. Is there anything I can do to help them? Second one, my left hip hurts. When I cross my left ankle over my right knee, my left hip will burn inside. It hurts like this all the time, but it's worse when I do a movement like that. Any advice? Thank y'all. Yoga. Get rid of all the inflammatory foods. That makes a big difference as well. Yoga. And check out the hip, ankle, and knee mobility masterclasses. You need to strengthen, practice a lot of mobility. Yoga will help tremendously. You stand a lot, you're not moving a lot. Your body is getting stiff and petrified, and it's very important that you work on your mobility. So best wishes with that, Debbie, and check out those masterclasses and get into that fucking yoga. Reverse sled is fantastic. All that stuff is broken down in the masterclasses. So make sure you check that out. Don't be sleeping on those masterclasses, fam-wise. We got this one from James, and James says, well, fam, I got my echocardiogram results back. The last echo was in 2016 when I was a fatard. All 4 chambers are no longer enlarged and the walls have thinned back to a normal thickness. I'm living proof that, quote, healthy at any size is total crap. It sure fucking is.
Fuck yeah!
It sure is. It sure fucking is. It's an absolute load of shit. We have... Speaking of going from, we got another James post. Another James. Tuesday morning workout, my home gym accountability mirror, and the Swole fam community. Hashtag 7 pillars and hashtag go to the fucking gym. Excellent. Look at those. Look at those. We got the Dick Draft. Got the GTTFG signature series. Got another GTTFG and you got a Swole Slut. Excellent. Make sure you're putting those cards up on your walls. Write your own. Make sure you're putting the important and the powerful slogans and the things that mean the most to you. Put that in your face every fucking day. Look at it every day. Reinforce it every day. It's like a vision board, but it's not stupid and bullshit. It's actually something that's going to help you. Not like, oh, I'm going to put a fancy car on a wall. The secret's nonsense. You have to put some fucking work in. 7 pillars every day. We got one from Stella, 6:40 a.m. and I'm on my way to the swimming pool. Added swimming to my workouts and I feel better than ever. Even getting up early without feeling tired. That's how extra movement works on me. All right. Excellent fucking posts. Let's get another America.
Fuck yeah!
Excellent post. If you're ready to join Stella, James, and James, Debbie, make sure that you are joining all of us inside the Swole Fam, swolenormousx.com. Tomorrow, by the way, I don't know if I have it up here. Do I have it opened up? We're going to take some questions now. Knowledge Cock time. AskPapaswolio.com to submit a question. We'll get into some questions, but also we have our Swole Fam roundtable tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern time. Let me bring up that image. Let's see. Round table. We don't have it. All right. One second. Round table. I don't have the image right now, but round table tomorrow, Thursday, the 12th at 5 p.m. Eastern time. So private member live stream tomorrow. Today was a rough fucking morning. So let's get into some good questions. The show was supposed to go live. I was ready to go live at like 8:30, 9 o'clock. And I was dealing with FedEx Customs. So I had some clubs and some maces that were coming from Portugal. And I got this delivery exception saying like description was insufficient for the materials. Something absurd. I've never seen that before. And I called up and they sent me this commercial invoice. So, and asked for all this information that I didn't have. So I contacted the dude. I'm not off. I was just distracted because I was trying to get some other stuff. And then stuff wasn't ready for the shows just now. So I was trying to get that completed. So they sent me, check this out. It's a funny story. Not really funny. It sucked, but it is what it is. They sent me this commercial invoice with asking for all this fucking shit. All this shit. Like so much stuff that I didn't have. So I contacted the dude that made the clubs in Portugal and he sent me this invoice. It's all like in Portuguese. And I'm like, oh, fuck, man. So then I'm trying to fill out this stuff and it's asking me for all these, I don't know, different items. And I'm like, I don't have this fucking information. I don't know. Because when you send something, obviously there's a certain weight of the item that's being sent. Well, do you put in the total item? Do you put in like the packaging? Because FedEx, when they're sending you a package, you go to the details and it says, it's the box and everything included. It's weird. It was weird. I've never done an international commercial invoice. It was just really, really time consuming. So I ended up just sending stuff. I left some shit blank, like, fuck it, whatever. Like if there's an issue, send it back, but just, I don't know. It's not cocaine. It's not filled with drugs. It's not filled with like meth or anything. Just send me the pieces of wood. Just send me the fucking wood. Send me the fucking clubs. All right, let's see. Let's get some questions. But it was asking for like an ID number, and then it was asking for the names of some of these columns. So it sent me the whole PDF and the names of some of these columns. I'm like, and it's funny. It's like, I don't even know what that is. I don't even know what it is. I've never heard of some of these because I don't do commercial customs shipping. So it's like, I don't know what I'm getting. I guess I vaguely know the weights. I don't know the guy's tax ID number. I don't know. It's like, fucking what? It was like, some of these columns were just unfillable, outable. Yeah, it was like 3 hours. So this show, I wanted to go live. I was all ready and everything was going well. But when you have a plan, the number one thing is to understand that the plan is not going to go according to plan. So I guess no real shock there. Let's get into a phone call. Let's take the first one from Derek. Derek, you're on the sleaziest fucking shitcast in the realm. Go, Derek.
Hey, Papa Swolio. Derek Manford here. Should I go to the gym?
Shut up, bitch!
Yes, Derek, you should go to the fucking gym. Yes. Derek. Yes. Yes, you should go to the fucking gym. Tyler, will you still get your clubs? I would assume so. I'm hoping they just see me fill it out, and I don't know how technical they're going to be if I did fuck up anything. Maybe I did it fine. I left some things blank. I'm like, I don't know what that is. So I figure if there's something wrong, they'll let me know, or I won't get them, or I don't know. I'm sure I'll get them eventually. Hopefully they're not damaged or they didn't fuck them up, because that's going to be a whole other thing. So hopefully. Let's see. I guess it's good. They just don't let anything come in. But apparently it wasn't that it was scanned differently. I guess whoever wrote it or whatever was written, it wasn't clear enough what they were or something. I don't know. I don't know. Freddie, I know of split squats and Bulgarian split squats. What other variations would you suggest? For what? Squats? I mean, there are a lot of different types of squats. There's sissy squats. There's three-phase sissy squats. I can't explain that here. There's like plie squats. There's hack squats. There's a lot of different types of squats. So I would recommend playing around with different variations. I mostly do different leg days where I do certain leg days that are more quad focus and hamstring and glute focus. I like to do glutes and hamstrings before I do quads and stuff like that. So I'll do it like a day or two before. I like to train legs 2 or 3 times a week with mobility as well. Variations for single leg squats. I mean, you could elevate your front heel if you're doing Bulgarian split squats. You could elevate your front heel. Make sure you don't put your back leg too high, but you can elevate your front heel, hit a little bit more quads. You can do single leg RDLs. That's not a squat, but you can do curtsy lunges. I would try doing your Bulgarian split squats with either 2 dumbbells. You could do it with a safety bar. You could do it with 1 dumbbell on the side of your back leg. You could do 1 dumbbell on the side of the leg that's in front. So you could do a single dumbbell, and that'll kind of offset your body balance. So you can play around with that and see what works best for you. Yeah. Lady Hawk, what about hack squats? I heard they're good for people with knee and back issues. I think if you have knee and back issues, you shouldn't be avoiding it. A lot of people say, oh, my back hurts, so now I do hack squats. It's like, you should be working on repairing your back and working on practicing mobility for your back rather than avoiding the issue. So people detour and they go to hack squats. I don't think it's good for people with knee issues. I think it's an avoidance. If you're using it to avoid issues, you're not taking on the issue. It's probably going to compound. So, and most people do hack squats improperly. They do hack squats like a Smith squat, when hack squats should be with your feet lower to the ground, or closer to the bottom, like Tom Platt style. But a lot of people don't have the hip and the knee mobility for that, but that's the best way to do them, in my opinion. But you have to build up that integrity. So hack squats and Smith squats and these types of machines can be beneficial for what you said, Lady Hawk. It can be used for people to shift the focus. But if you're shifting the focus and you're putting your feet higher, that way you're avoiding your knees bending as much. You're really avoiding the functionality of your knees. And for a lot of people, if you avoid the lack of mobility, that lack of mobility is going to compound and the issues could get worse over time. I want to get a hack squat machine. I'm going to get a hack squat machine and put it outside. I'm looking forward to it. I just want to get like an awning or a pergola or something. That way it's not going to get like direct like rain on it. Get like a used hack squat or something that's not too, I wouldn't get like a brand new one and put outside, but sometimes I see those popping up on OfferUp, and I'm going to swoop in and grab one of those bad boys. Jefferson curls are fantastic. Yep, check out the hip, knee, and ankle mobility masterclasses in X if you're a member. Got a lot of questions answered there as well. Let's take one from Raymond. You're on the line.
Hey,
Raymond.
Papa.
Hello.
I just want to say that I love you and you've been a huge motivation for me. And I hope one day we can exercise together. And cheers, man. You're the best Papa out there.
Oh, thank you so much. Appreciate it. I'm the best Papa out there. You know why? Because Papa comes, I go out to get milk, but I return. I go out to get milk, but Papa comes back. I always come back. Always come back. All right, remember, hashtag raise the floor for a chance to win today's Swole card. Make sure everyone hits that like button. Where's the like police at? Hit the like button. Let's get YouTube to share some knowledge cock for once. All right, hashtag raise the floor. Let's take one more call. One more call. And this one's from Jean or Jan. Jeanne. I'm assuming it's Jean or Jeannie. Let's take the call. Call you Jay.
Hi, my name is Jane. I'm from France.
Jane.
I want to know how you do to convince yourself to go in the gym. I try every day, every morning, but it's really hard for me to do that. I have a lot of excuses, but I wanna to do more than my excuses, you know. Can you tell me your method to do how to fight your thoughts, how to fight your little voice inside you who told you don't do that, don't do that? Help me, please.
All right. Thanks for calling, Jane. Do it anyway. Go. Do it anyway. Do the opposite. Like, go do it anyway. So what I would recommend is to make the gym as fundamental as possible to your day. Do it the first thing in your day. Have your clothes ready. Have everything you need to have ready. Your bag, whatever it is, if you're driving or taking the bus or walking, whatever it is, have it ready to go. Wake up and go. Wake up and go. There's really nothing. I know you say, help me. You can meditate and all that stuff, but it doesn't matter. Action. Sitting there and meditating about, I need to get rid of this voice. You need to build the habit of going. And I'll tell you, when you don't want to go, you're going to feel proud of yourself when you go because you're making excuses and you don't go. You can say whatever you want inside your head. Go anyway. It's not a debate. It's not something that's up for discussion. It's time to go to the fucking gym. So you're going. It's time to go. Why are you going? Because it's time to go. It's like brushing your teeth or wiping your ass. You're going to do it. Whether you feel like it or not. I don't feel like wiping. I always use this example, but it's a good one. I don't feel like wiping my ass today. When does that, does that ever even factor in? I don't really feel like wiping my ass. Okay. That's not going to work out too well for you. So go, do it anyway. And then guess what? You're going to get better at going when you don't feel like it. You might not feel like it every day. It doesn't matter. You go anyway. And then the more that you go when you don't feel like it, you get better at going when you don't feel like it. And guess what the result is? You're going. So it doesn't fucking matter. Good. And Jane, wipe her ass. Wipe your ass. Wipe your ass. Wipe your ass.
How about I send you a
Thanks for
hobo's
calling.
dick cheese?
All right, remember, submit a question over there at askpapaswolio.com. Askpapaswolio.com to submit a call. Ramsey, why you blocked me on Instagram? I don't block anyone on Instagram. I don't personally use Instagram much. I know we have accounts, but I'm not on Instagram. If you're being a twat, maybe you were blocked if you were spamming or something, but I don't block anyone on Instagram unless they're breaking some sort of I don't know. It would have to be pretty severe. We don't block anyone, so kind of a weird statement. What if you got blocked? If you did, I don't know. But if you did, you deserved it. But no one gets blocked. Silly thing to say. All right. We went over yesterday. We had a couple. We'll take one or two more questions if you have it live. But also yesterday we went over lick dong, right? So lick dong. We found a lick dong on Facebook. We found a lick dong. We got a question from lick dong. Now we have Geffen Lifshits. Geffen Lifshits.
Inconceivable!
Gets better and better. So, Mr. Lift Shits. But lift shits? You're like lifting shits? I'm trying to get big, but it seems like I can't. Any tips, bro? Well, if it's any tips, yeah, you need to eat enough protein, eat more food, train harder, and be more patient. So you're trying to get big. Either you do or you don't. You're not trying hard enough. You're not doing it properly. So any tips? Yeah, I mean, I don't know what the fuck you're doing. Like, what are you eating? What are you doing? Very general question, but yeah, lots of tips. Eat fucking big and train fucking hard and do it for years. You're not going to get big in a couple months. Ain't going to happen. It is Austin. I wonder what his name is. How do I make my gym bro a gym bro? He doesn't have goals. Goals are overrated in so many ways. Is he putting... God, fuck, man. This question.
Matt Damon.
How do I make my gym bro a gym bro? You need to surround yourself with better people. Surround yourself with someone who's actually training hard. If you're going to the gym and your training partner sucks, then don't train with them. I prefer to train alone. I think everyone should train by themselves. If you're planning to go to the gym with someone else, they're going to drag you down to their level, even if they're putting in effort, but it's not sufficient. The pacing, they're not like as upbeat, they're distracting you. Most people that go to the gym with someone else, it's like a conversation fest. You're standing around talking, blah, 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 blah. Shut the fuck up and train. Train by yourself. Train by yourself. I think everyone should be training solo. Fitness is a solo journey. You can train with someone else, but it's a very rare thing that works out well. Because then that one person doesn't want to go or they can't make it, and then you skip it like, hey, can we go at 8 o'clock because I can't make it at 6? You're like, all right. And you're going to, no. Just so you know, if you're training with anyone and they like can't make it or they like to reschedule or move it later, nope. We'll meet up next time. Nope. I'm going now. Don't change. Don't work your shit around someone else. Don't do it. Don't do it. Freddie, what's your opinion on garlic as an ingredient or food item in general? Something to avoid or figure out if my body... Yeah, figure it out. I don't use it. I used to have garlic, but kills your breath, and I don't really know if there's any real true benefits to it. It's good for your heart. It's good for this. I don't miss it, personally. I would test it out, but I'm not sure of like any specific details of pros and cons. All right. P. Weenock? These names, fam. These names. P. Weenock. P. Weenock. All right. Let's see. How old are you and how many years do you train? I've been training for over 20 years and I'm going to be 40 this year. I'm going to be 40. So last year being 39, last year being yoked in my 30s. 30s were a swole fucking decade. Mikey Muniz. Papa Swolio, what should I do when I can't feel anything after leg day? Can't feel anything emotionally? Can't feel your legs? I mean, if anything, you should be sore. Like, are you dead? You feel dead inside? I don't really know how to answer this. Jesus Christ, these questions are terrible today. Ibrahim Asif. What is the best workout for skinny people? Lifting heavy fucking weights and eating a lot of healthy fucking food so you can build muscle over the course of years. Cody. Fuck that one. Let's see. The Grand Fox. How to stay motivated while working shift work and not getting sleep. Get a different job and get your sleep in order. Shift, like third shift, evening, night work it's one of the worst things for your body. It'll take years off your life. No question about it. I know some of you might feel like you have to do whatever you can to decrease your expenses and improve your life because you might get paid more, but it's not worth it. That's just my opinion. It's not worth it. Like how to stay motivated. First off, motivation's nonsense. You're never going to be motivated. It's irrelevant. So going back to Jean, the caller from France that said, hey, how do I go to the fucking gym when I don't want to? By going anyway. Objectively, it's 1 or 0. It's binary. You went or you didn't. You trained or you didn't. So it doesn't matter how you feel. No. how to stay motivated while working shift work, you're not going to feel like doing most things. Your body is like literally dying. It's just like faster. If you're not getting sleep, it's going to fuck up your hormones. It's going to take years off your life, dramatically increase your risk for heart disease, diabetes, Alzheimer's, everything. So do whatever you can, in my opinion, to get off evening shifts and night shifts. You're not going to feel like doing most things. You're not going to feel like doing most things. So, well, you're saying motivated, you don't feel like going to the gym. No shit, you're exhausted. Your body is completely burned the fuck out because you're not getting quality sleep. You might not like that response, but you asked, I'm laying it on you. Tool04 on Instagram, Papa Swole, my back hurts in extreme cold. Is this normal? I go to fucking gym and do my deadlifts. It's not due to, well, it could be. The cold, will drop the pressure. So a lot of times when the pressure drops, you feel pain because the capsules and the joints, the pressure relative to the outside increases. So you have pressure, you might feel discomfort, but the cold really has nothing to do with why your back hurts. It really doesn't. It's about your back. You have mobility issues, or you have some type of imbalance that needs to be worked out. So doing deadlifts doesn't make a strong back. It really doesn't. It can improve, strengthen certain muscles, posterior chain. But one, a lot of people do deadlifts improperly, and a lot of people don't have the proper, spinal flexion. Most people don't do Jefferson curls. Most people don't do yoga. Most people don't do other types of mobility that will help decompress the spine and lengthen and strengthen the back. So I would recommend Jefferson curls. I'd recommend, 45-degree hypers, glute hypers, and back extensions. You could do seated good mornings or standing good mornings is excellent for the back. Hip, knee, and ankle mobility, very important because back pain or back imbalances can happen from the ankles. It can translate all the way up. So I don't know what your day-to-day is like. I don't know what your schedule is like. I don't know if you're sitting at a desk all the time, but it's less to do with the cold. The cold might exacerbate an imbalance or discomfort or a previous injury, but it's not the source of it. Not medical advice, just common sense and logic. If you look at the description of the podcast, I have a double doctorate in common sense and logic. So there it is. Fuck my life with these questions. Amar7261, how many cardio in bulking? There's a famous little saying when it comes to bulking. I'm not saying do this, but it says, don't run when you can jog. Don't jog when you can walk. Don't walk when you can sit. Don't sit when you can lay down when it comes to bulking. And the reason is because you want to put on size. You want to put on mass. Of course, you have to train and lift and stimulate muscle growth, but you don't want to use excess energy. So you don't want to be expending a ton of energy while you're trying to bulk, because then you have to make up for that with extra caloric consumption. You're welcome, Lady Hawk. Jefferson curls equals game changer. Absolutely made a difference in my knee issues. Thank you, Papa, for recommending. Excellent. They're awesome. My back pain came from a band/tendon that goes from the glute to the lower back. Cannot remember quadratus lumborum. That's likely. That's a lot for lateral flexion, lateral stability. And you can strengthen the quadratus lumborum by doing side bends. There's exercises where you can do mobility for it. Also, unilateral weighted carries, like suitcase carries, but like walking unilateral. That's really good for your back. If you just hold like a kettlebell or a dumbbell in one hand and walking, so you're doing lateral stability, isometric work. That's a great way to strengthen your back too. As you can see, there's so many different things. Like, it really depends on where your issue is primarily stemming from. So when it comes to all these mobility protocols, some of them you're going to be better at than others. And you might do a Jefferson curl and be like, wow, I'm really mobile in this way. But then you'll do another exercise like, oh my God, I'm super weak. So you want to focus on the weakest links. And even if you're tight or limited in all of them, these are all signs you have to work on all of them. But some of them you're going to find that you progress or you feel more comfortable in than others. But then you're going to try one. You're like, oh my God, I can barely. That's a sign that you need to work on that. So make sure that you focus evenly with your attention to these mobility exercises. But when you find one that's like really limited and you find, wow, I'm hitting a wall, this is really awkward or uncomfortable or weak, You want to double down and make sure you're focusing on that extra. Okay. Basically walk backwards while doing a Liberty Bell. What's a Liberty Bell? Just holding, it's a suitcase. You're holding a weight. Okay, let's see. How do you carry a suitcase? Let's see. Hunt the Fit. Good question. How much sleep do I need to properly recover each night? Everyone's going to be a little bit different, but generally it's 7 to 9 hours. But it's not just the length of time, it's the quality of that sleep. So it's not just, hey, I was in bed. I was in the bedroom for 8 hours or 9 hours. What were you doing in there? Were you getting up to pee every 3 hours? Were you restless? Did it take you a long time to fall asleep? What was the quality of that sleep? So cold, dark room. Make sure you have a good evening routine, not eating too close to bed, not hydrating too close to bed. Do it throughout the day, but not right before you go to sleep so you're not getting up to piss all night. All right, we're going to move on to some balls deep. Let's take one more question. Frank, what are some good questions to ask potential personal trainers to see if they're knowledgeable? I don't think it's going to come down to the questions. I think you just have to observe them. You can shadow them, ask if you can shadow them or observe them from a distance. The problem with personal training or personal trainers is just because if they have clients doesn't mean that they know what they're talking about. So they can be very personable, and you'd be shocked at how many trainers know jack shit, essentially, relatively speaking, but they have good personalities. So people want to go and hang out with their personal trainers. They enjoy spending time, and hey, they go there and they feel sweaty, but they're not really actually doing things properly. There are so many trainers out there that are kind of court jesters, where they're kind of comedians and they have good personalities. So they interact and they're able to sell personal training, because who doesn't want a trainer that's, I don't know, fun to be around? Because you're going to the gym, so it makes it enjoyable. But really you want someone that knows what the fuck they're doing and that can push you. But a lot of people don't get a personal trainer because they want a drill sergeant. They want to get results, but with the least possible input and the least possible discomfort, which is why a lot of people have trainers, because they don't know what they're doing, but they don't really push themselves and they're not consistent. So they think that, paying for a trainer is going to be the answer to their problems. Whereas most of what their issues are is happening with the 23 hours a day that they're not at the gym 7 days a week. I would also say, now, look, if you're skinny, doesn't mean you don't know what you're talking about, because sometimes you have a personal trainer who does a lot of running and marathons, so they know what they're talking about. But at the same time, it depends on what your goal is. If you're trying to get big and build a lot of muscle, you want to get someone that's muscular, because at least they know what it takes in terms of the effort and the work to get there. So get someone who's in good shape. But just for the record, sometimes you have someone who's very knowledgeable, and just because you know kinesiology and you know the muscle insertions and the different angles doesn't make you a good trainer. So knowledge doesn't mean you're able to translate that. And also, if you're having a conversation with someone, you're asking, like, what would I ask them? It's hard if you don't know the information that you're looking for. It's a good sign if they have consistent clients or they have long-term clients. So maybe one of the things that you can do if you're trying to hire a trainer or you're looking to get advice, you could also, if you're looking to hire a trainer, for example, you can ask for some references, some clients, and you can ask some of their clients, like, what do you think about X, Y, and Z? Not in front of them. That way they're not like, oh, he's great. But I think it depends on what you're trying to gather, what kind of information you're trying to gather. Business information, like how to grow your own personal business. If they work for a gym, there's so many different aspects. You're essentially running your own business. You're You're the marketing, you're the salesperson, you're the X, Y, and Z. So if you're looking to learn from a trainer, they should have a good client base. They should have consistent clients. They should look like they should, look the part. That's for damn sure. Some people might not hear that, but if you have a fat personal trainer, there's a sign right there. If they can't even do it themselves, it's like what? So that's a huge thing. You better look the part. You better look the part. And I would watch or observe and see how they interact with their clients. If they're very apathetic, if they're just standing there, if they're like looking at a clipboard or scrolling on their phone, don't listen to them. So there's very specific signs. Never be a trainer that scrolls on their phone or something with a client. If anything, it's in airplane mode. Don't look at it. Don't pick it up. Get a fanny pack or something or in your pocket and just keep it there in case you need to take a number or change your schedule. Anyway, just some thoughts right there, but I think it depends on what information you're trying to gather. Jessica G, you mean Whitney Thor isn't a great PT? Question. I don't even know that. Who the fuck is that? Who the shit is that? Who dat? All right, let's get into let's go balls deep.
Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. That's deep.
Frank, he's yoked. I was just looking for red flags. I can't think of red flags. I might be able to notice it if I saw it. Red flags. Is it a commercial gym or is it an independent gym? Like that you pay rent for? Red flags. All right, let's get into some balls deep. Let's get a little tainty man. Aww. Let's get a little church. Excellent. Hello. Excellent. Cutie. Shake your booty. Give me some. Give me some belly. Give me some belly. Oh, you're so cute. Give me some belly rubs. Excellent. Excellent. Oh, cutie pie. All right. And we have the tainty man. Let's see here. What do we got? What do we got? Be shiz. Remember, if you want to submit a question, go to askpapaswolio.com to submit a question. And make sure you hit that like button right now. We're getting to some gunch. We're going to scrape the barnacles off this fucking boat. It's time to get into it. Let's take a couple videos. Let's do this. Do we have any short ones? I always like to do a scan. Let's do this one. Ew, Jesus, gross. Let's do this one first. This one's titled Boy versus Girl Groups. Boy versus girl groups. Okay, let's see what we got here.
Boys have a penis, girls have a vagina.
What's in the box?
Boy versus girl groups. What do we got here? What's going on?
PSA to all educators, especially elementary school educators, do us all a favor, society a favor, and stop breaking your kids up into boys groups and girls groups. Please stop doing it, especially at an elementary level. For academics, for athletics, for all things, stop breaking them up into boys and girls groups. First of all, boys and girls are basically growing at the same level throughout infancy, throughout toddlerhood, and throughout elementary school. It's not until upper elementary where girls actually take off and grow quicker and stronger than boys that later catch up in high school. So this idea that they can't work together, they can't play together, it's not safe, it's wrong. It's not the correct idea. And it creates this idea that boys and girls are inherently different, which is something we're trying to stop in our society.
I'm sure you
so
are.
Do us all a favor. Break your kids up into levels. Break your kids up into hair color for all I care. But please, please, please stop breaking your kids up into boys and girls group.
Yeah, we're not going to
Shut up, bitch!
It is actually, especially when it comes to athletics or playing, it's very important. It's very important to, in many cases, to separate because boys will, I don't know, be smashing the girls over heads with like bats and stuff like that. Boys are so much more physical than girls. Anyone that's been around kids, you know that, and you can see that from a very young age. So yeah, in certain activities, it might be less appropriate or less necessary. And in some other activities, it might be absolutely essential. So how about you do what's optimal for the situation? And yes, boys and girls are inherently different. You put boys and girls on an island and you don't, like, they're going to develop differently and they're going to act differently and they're going to interact differently. Okay. All right. So that was a great way to start. Excellent. Let's see. There's a dude here. So I get excited when I see a dude because you never know. Let's see. This one it's a response to a TikTok. I always get excited. I'm like, are we going to have, it's mostly lunatic fringe females that believe into like the body positivity and the gender stuff, or it's like a flamingly homosexual man. Nothing wrong with it, but you know, whenever I see someone that looks that they could be straight, I'm like, ooh, it's very rare. Like, I don't even know if we've really gotten many like body positive, or we rarely do. So when anyone ever asks, like, how come you don't cover more men? It's because most of these videos, like, we just don't see it. We don't see it. So this is a response on TikTok. It says, everyone is using it as a fad diet to the point that most pharmacies in my area are refusing to give it to people that aren't diabetic. The title of this video is called in my folder is Can't Eat Less, Move More. Everyone is using it as a fad diet. I don't know what they're referring to. Let's see what we got here. Could be interesting.
What's in the box?
I get excited, right? I get excited when I see a dude. It's like, oh man, let's get some fucking Y chromosomes in the house.
Well, some people just really don't want to get it. Treating obesity is not a fad diet. That is a fat-phobic thing to say. Treating obesity is medically necessary. Obesity is a chronic, relapsing, and remitting disease.
And what causes obesity? Come on, fam. What causes obesity?
A jelly donut!
Come on. You could do it.
The metabolic pathways have been compromised.
How have those metabolic pathways been compromised? What has compromised them? What compromises the metabolic pathways? Come on. Go on. Tell me more.
No amount of move more, eat less is going to fix those pathways.
What about eating the right things? What about going outside and lifting properly and getting quality sleep and getting rid of estrogenics in your environment? What about all those lifestyle habits? Go on.
That's why we're using this medication to do it. I have diabetes as well. I've had trouble accessing this medication. It's not the patient's fault.
I know what we're talking about.
It's the manufacturer's fault.
Oh, it's the manufacturer's fault. Blame the manufacturer of the drug for the individual's lifestyle habits.
And people like you who keep coming back and saying things like this over and over and over again. What I want you to do is come here on this video and explain to me and all the other patients out there who are using these medications why you feel you deserve priority to it, and that people using it to treat their disease, which happens to be a little bit different than your disease, are on a fad diet. Looking forward to your explanation.
I don't know what the fuck you were talking about. All right. I don't know if it was about that new drug. It probably is not about that new drug. It was about metformin or something. I don't know. Bottom line, if you are dependent on drugs to fix a problem of your lifestyle habits over the course of decades, I mean, that's not an effective solution. I don't know what he was referring to. So that was kind of like a partial video. That was a response to a video. Yeah, metformin's not new. So this is like, I don't know if he was talking about the new one that was in headlines like last week about obesity. I forget. I don't know what it's called. I don't think it's out yet. The injections every week, right? But I don't know if that's what it's about. Both of these are going to be horrendous. This one's been sitting in my folder for a few days, and it looks horrible. It looks like something straight out of the Addams Family. So let's get into it.
What's in the
This
box?
is called A Bunch of Values. Here we go.
In a video the other day, somebody left a comment that said that they don't agree with my values and that they must have followed me for some different content. And to be fair, I do make a lot of different content. And so here are my values all in one video, just to be clear. Disabled lives matter. Fat lives matter. Trans lives matter.
All lives matter. You're going to go through all this virtue signaling. Trans lives matter. Does anyone say that they don't? Fat lives matter. How about just we should help? I mean, we should encourage and give people the proper tools to improve their lives. And yeah, people, let's not just let's not just kill people. No one has ever said that, like, I mean, I'm sure some people do. Hitler did, but no, your lives don't matter. People don't talk like that. You might think they do or want them to. That way you can play the victim, but people don't talk like that.
Black lives matter.
The fundamental concept of a human's life mattering, sure, but not the Marxist organization that scams millions of people.
Native lives matter.
They matter. Native lives matter. Swole lives matter. They all matter. You know what also matters? Your lifestyle habits. So stop talking and go to the fucking gym. Getting sun matters, for fuck's sake. Cerny, the sun matters. Get some. All right.
Binary people are valid.
Oh my God, non-binary people are valid. I don't know what I am. I'm not a boy or a girl. I'm in between. So treat me like I don't know. Treat me like a newt. Just treat me like a newt.
A newt.
Just treat me like I'm in between. Treat me like I got just smooth. I'm smooth down there. I'm neither. I identify as neither. I mean, you're obviously a dude. No. I'm neither. That's like saying you're a dragon when you're 4. It's like, well, you could be a superhero or a dragon when you're 4. You could pretend. I think non-binary is the most ridiculous of all of them, actually. Don't you? People can say what they want. I freedom of speech, so you can say what you want. You can think what you want. I'm not saying that someone shouldn't think that or not. I'm totally able to judge or to voice my opinion on it. I think I don't know what I am, or I'm in between. I'm neither. That's just like them. I even think it's more ridiculous than I'm a dragon, or I'm a fairy, or a wolf. Like if you're a man, you're like, I'm a woman. Well, at least that's descriptive. At least you're being like more coherent. Like, oh, I'm the other one. It's like I'm in the middle. Like how? How does that fucking work? It doesn't. You can just redefine it whenever you want to leverage power and to criticize other people and perpetuate your victim status. So, all right, let's continue. It's so weird. It's so weird. Man, this is why we need to bring industry back to the United States, because we need to get people doing like physical labor, like jobs, like work. We need people to like smash concrete and like understand what like physical work is again.
Matter. Native lives matter. Non-binary people are valid, and however anybody chooses to identify in regards to their gender is valid.
Oh, so anything is valid. So anything anyone says is valid. What does that mean? It means anytime anyone wants to say something because they feel like it, everyone has to get on their knees and bow to them. No.
Fat bodies are beautiful.
That's your opinion. That's your opinion. You're welcome to say that. You think fat bodies are beautiful. Your opinion is that fat bodies are beautiful. Beauty is absolutely subjective. They're not healthy, but you can think they're beautiful. That's your opinion. I'm just clarifying. I'm translating for people. and they're not innately unhealthy, it says. Yes. So your opinion's also wrong in that sense. Beautiful, subjective, but you can also have a wrong opinion. So that's the second part.
And they're not innately unhealthy, and they do not need to lose weight. Unless they want to, personally.
They do not need to lose weight. So need is relative. If you want to live a longer, more vibrant life with mobility and decreasing your risk of illness and disease in the future, then yes, you do need to lose extra body fat and improve your lean mass and stuff like that. You don't have to. So you're playing semantics here. They don't need to. Okay, who needs to do anything? You can just sit around. You can just sit outside and do nothing until you die. If you want to live, you need to drink water and eat food. So, I mean, you don't have to lose weight. It's just not going to end well for you. Now, let's not say weight. Stop the weight stuff. We're talking about fat. There's no need to have 3 extra humans on your body. There's no need for that. Okay.
Of course. Diet culture is toxic.
Another opinion.
BMI is bullshit.
BMI is very accurate for the average person who does jack shit. Just because you don't like it, just because it calls you obese because you're wider than you are tall, it's not bullshit just because you don't like it. It's not bullshit just because it hurts your feelings. All facts. Versus the sounds coming out of your face hole.
Fat people deserve respect.
I'm going to keep on pausing it because there's just so much stupid. Fat people deserve respect and the same access to medical care. They have access to medical care. What are you talking about? The medical system's like under collapse because of so much obesity. I mean, if you're not obese, you don't need medical care as much. So like by being obese, you have much more need for medical care. So you can solve that problem by taking better care of your health. Fat people deserve respect. What are you talking about? Who's disrespecting fat people? You're disrespecting yourself by eating garbage, not exercising, not taking care of yourself. So I do think fat people deserve respect, but they deserve respect from themselves. They need to respect themselves and invest in themselves and take care of themselves. So the respect starts with you as an individual.
The same access to medical care and any other resources that everybody else does. The pandemic isn't over, and if you are not wearing a mask, you do not care about disabled people.
The pandemic is over. It's been over for a long time. It would have been better if no one locked down and didn't implement vaccines mid-pandemic to add evolutionary pressure to a virus and perpetuate the fucking mutations and potentially the severity of COVID moving forward, because it's going to potentially adapt and morph into a much more severe disease because it's a detour. It's detouring around limited scope vaccines, which are obviously not effective. I know so many people that have multiple vaccines that just keep on getting it. Cool. You do know if you have a traffic jam on the highway, you can get off and exit. It's the same thing. It's like blocking. So it's like COVID and all this shit is at an intersection and the vaccine is blocked. And there's like a three direction. You go straight, left, or right. So this vaccine that was only focusing, not an expert, but this is my understanding. I've exposed myself to a lot of information, and most of this stuff obviously gets flack online and gets shit on. But my understanding is essentially you're blocking off going straight. Well, the virus is going to go left and it's going to go right. So you're really only blocking one direction. By creating a vaccine that's targeting that spike protein, you're forgetting the full spectrum. So it's not as good as natural immunity. And if you're healthier, you're fine. If you take care of yourself, you're fine. You get sunlight, vitamin D, and you eat properly and you get sleep, you're fine. You might get sick for a couple of days. Mama Swolio lost her sense of smell for like 3 days. I don't know. I kept on. I hit some PRs. Fine. Okay. But if you're morbidly obese, yeah, you're high risk. So you should be fucking afraid. But you should be afraid and you should be taking care of yourself. Like, that's the fucking crazy thing. I'm morbidly obese. Instead of taking care of myself, everyone else do things that might negatively affect your health and doesn't protect anyone. Okay, wearing a mask doesn't do jack shit either, by the way. Okay.
Pandemic isn't over, and if you are not wearing a mask, you do not care about disabled people.
How the fuck does one have to do with the other? Disabled people. Disabled people. How are you defining that? Someone who's in a wheelchair? What does that have to do with anything? Do you mean someone that's so fat they can't move? Well, how are you defining disabled? What the fuck does someone that's missing, like, doesn't have use of their legs have to do with their immune system? Like, that doesn't necessarily. Like, what are you determining disabled? Like, what are you talking about?
Mobility aids are not a bad thing, and people should use them if they can access them and it would help them.
Mobility aids? Okay, fine. What, like wheelchair access? Cool. Fine. Okay. Jesus Christ. Like, what is going on?
And finally, just to be clear about myself, I am fat. I am never going to deliberately lose weight. I love my body. I am queer. I am disabled.
We know you're disabled. You're queer. What does that mean? You're fat. Apparently. I'm chronically ill. So this is just like, man, check off the fucking boxes. This chick is doing like the Victim Olympics decathlon over here.
Chronically ill. And yeah, just in case any of those things would make you not want to follow me, feel free to leave. You don't need to announce that you are leaving.
It's probably just your shitty personality that's going to cause me not to follow you.
And if you don't agree with any of the things that I've said, I would prefer that you leave. And yeah, for those of you that stay, I hope this page can be a safe space for us all, and I'm sending you a ton of love as usual.
All right, so a safe space for everyone as long as you agree with everything that I fucking say. Otherwise, I'm deleting your comments and banning you. So there's that too. No, it's just your personality. I don't care if you're queer. I don't care if you think you're a different gender. I don't care if you're fat. I don't care if you're disabled. I don't care if you're retarded. I don't care what you are. Like, I'm not following you because your personality. Yeah. All right. Well,
the eyes, Chico. They never lie.
Hooey. Interesting. Safe space. The safe spaces are always the least safe. The safe spaces are always the least safe. It's safe for whom and who makes the rules. This is the same thing with hate speech, right? And she could look, it's her page. If she wants to delete people and she wants to do, she's going to do it on her page. Like, fine. I wish her the best. I don't think she's going to, I wish her the best, but me wishing isn't going to change her lifestyle habits and whatever, blaming everyone else for her problems. So yeah, a safe space is usually the least safe because who's determining what qualifies as a safe space? A safe space for who? Fat, disabled, queer, mentally like what the fuck? I mean, she's in charge of that safe space, so it's her opinion on what's safe and what's not. And it's online. So here, let me translate this. And the social media stuff and social media itself, and this is important, social media is what's perpetuating this words or violence because it's all digital. So what's safe? What makes it unsafe? Someone leaving a comment that she doesn't like. So that makes it unsafe. Does it really? No, it doesn't. It's just something that she doesn't want to hear. That's her opinion. And since she's so fucking sensitive, what's unsafe is a threat because it's by definition, it's unsafe. It's a threat. What that threat is and the nature of that threat, whether it's a small threat, by definition, if it's not safe, there is a threat. Again, what that means. So if words if words are making it unsafe, then that's a threat. And because there's such a mental just disconnect with reality, it's being perceived as a physical threat. So words are violence. And I think that, Twitter and TikTok and Instagram just perpetuates this concept that words are violence. They're not violence. Words can lead to actual violence, but words themselves are not violence. So social media is a huge problem. I love it because I built my business and all this stuff on it. And I think we all agree that social media can be used for good. But when it's what's the term? When it's monopolized by weak people, when it's monopolized, when it's weaponized, when it's weaponized in this sense, it's just getting distorted. So again, it goes back to Tyler and the other day, we're talking about social media. If I get a negative comment, I don't view it as violence. I don't view it as a threat. I don't feel unsafe. So it's this whole idea that there's this safety concern by someone leaving a negative comment on a video. I mean, these are people that if you're getting offended or you feel unsafe by a comment on your video, you shouldn't be online. You should not be on social media. You cannot handle this type of communication. Some people can, most people can't. So, I mean, it's something to consider. If you think that words, that little shapes on a screen, that little pixels on a screen make you unsafe, that's some psychotic shit, right? Now, I'm not saying, and this is common, if words on a screen make you depressed, that's a serious mental issue. Not the depression, the fact that words on a screen are going to make you, because that's you, right? You're the one reading the words. When I say depressed or low mood or bummed out, it's you. It's you. Because those words are going to be said. They can be said by anyone. They're different shapes on the screen. Not only are you reading it, but you're interpreting it and you're reacting to it and you're embodying it and you are taking that and allowing it to take over you. You don't have control of your life. And a lot of these people are projecting their own insecurities because they don't feel control of their life. People want to, happiness and feeling at peace means you have control of your life. It's your perception of your level of control. And for people that don't feel like they have control over their life, they latch on to ideologies. They latch on to, authoritative or authoritarian type approaches. They grasp for power and meaning and, all sorts of different things, all sorts of different copes. So that's a real problem. And it takes personal responsibility. It takes you stepping up to the challenge and developing yourself as an individual so you can be more impervious to these things. And I'm not sitting here to say, hey, people shouldn't be using social media. I think we all agree that most people shouldn't, but that has to be their own choice, right? Like, I don't think like, hey, she should be banned and removed. It would benefit her psychologically, but that's not, that's creating the problem that we're trying to avoid. People grasping for power, manipulating speech, and, trying to undermine with this like fake moral authority. So I don't think, but she should be someone that steps away from social media, that unplugs, because if you're reading these things on a screen, if you're looking at pictures and looking at words and getting personally offended and internalizing it like that, that's a huge, huge, huge fucking issue. And whether you like it or not, that's your problem. That's your problem. It's not Instagram's problem. It's not TikTok's problem. It's not the person commenting. Like, they have problems. If someone's leaving negative comments and talking shit and doing stuff, that person has problems. I have problems. You all have problems. Not one person watching or listening doesn't have a problem or a perceived problem. So everyone's got a fucking problem. Cool. Some people project it out in comments. Okay. So what you're doing when you're looking at someone that's writing words that you don't like or that's directed at you and you're offended, they're projecting their own problems and insecurities or issues. Okay, fine. I know we make fun of stuff and this like that. It's a good time because this stuff is fucking off the rocker. We're talking most about the ideas, but if you're lying to people and just saying insane bullshit, we like to shit all over it whenever possible. But it's a you problem. So people project their issues online, making videos like that, leaving shitty comments, fine. But that only affects you if you let it. So you can't really give someone offense. You can take offense. Some people joke around. They'll use racial slurs and they'll, blah, 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 do all these things. And people don't take offense to it. They're like, oh my God, that person sucks. Or Jesus Christ, they said that. And other people, oh my God. And they go out with pitchforks and they hold up like banners and they change like flags and stuff in their bio and they change their hashtags and all this fucking stuff. And then paint their hair and pierce their face. So some people react to it in such a crazy way because they see this opportunity, whether consciously or subconsciously, to mobilize against an other and to form some sort of tribe and feel a sense of belonging and control in their life, when in reality, they're giving up more control. They're allowing other people to control their emotions, and they're banding together around other people that are connecting on their lack of perceived control and their perpetuation of everyone else is bad and controlling me and taking away things from me and making life hard for me because I hate myself. So it's their fault. And then it just keeps on going and going and going. And then they grow up into parents or not parents or whatever, or they're teaching your kids. They don't have kids, they have yours, and they educate and they groom and they manipulate your children to thinking the same sort of bullshit. And then those kids grow up to be fucked up in the head. And then they go out in the world and fuck up more people. And, this is where we're at. This is what happens over 30, 40, 50 years of, indoctrination in schools and universities. So we're there. We're there and we're right in the middle of it. We're peaking, fam, or maybe not peaking yet, but we're in the middle of it. We're in the middle. So let's give away the Swole card because I can't handle any more videos today. Good rant. Felt good. Got a little bit out there. Let's get a little tainty, man. Let's get the little churchy. There's my little sexy beach. Oh my God. Alrighty, here we go. Raise the floor. Let's give this fucking slut card away. There we go. We got the Swole Fam Roundtable tomorrow, by the way. SwoleNormousX.com to join the fam today, 5 p.m. Eastern Time. Don't miss out. Raise the floor. 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 Elizabeth. Newt and Newt's self. Congratulations, Elizabeth. Send us an email to support@swolenormous.com. Swole card 2441 in the subject, your mailing address in the body of the email. Thank you so much for playing, you sexy sluts. Excellent. Fantastique. Tomorrow. There we go. I got the image. Here we go, fam-wise.
I don't know how to put this, but I'm kind of a big deal.
Everyone likes a serious round table. Super sweet, fam. We'll take some soundboard requests. We got some piano cock coming up in just a moment. And of course, tomorrow, 5 p.m. Eastern Time for the round table. You can join over at swolenormousX.com. Join the fam today.
I'd be the luckiest guy alive if that did it for me.
Don't miss the fucking round tables, bitches. Don't miss the round table. Don't miss the fucking round tables.
I am the danger.
Oh yeah, the first round table of 2023. All the puppers. Oh, we got it now. We got it now.
I didn't know they stacked shit that high.
baby.
He's on fire! And by the way, you know, I sit on the stand and it get hot. I got hairy legs that turn blonde in the sun. And the kids used to come up and reach in the pool and rub my leg down so it was straight, and then watch the hair come back up again.
Here we go. No hands, baby. Undefeated. Let's hope I don't clip this ivory. Ooh. It gets harder and harder. It is so fucking thick and veiny. I almost clipped it. I always barely missed that one black key over there. Almost clipped with the vein. Fam, thank you so much for being here. We'll see you tomorrow for the roundtable. Tomorrow, Thursday, January, is the 12th at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. We got that up on the screen. Join us, swolenormousx.com. And thank you. Hit the like button on the way out if you haven't yet. And of course, leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, anywhere you bang your ear holes. Share it with your friends. Thanks for being here. And we'll keep on crushing it. We'll be back here for Friday. Don't forget, Friday we have overtime right after the live stream. We'll be getting it on Friday morning, hopefully earlier than today. It's supposed to go live a little bit earlier, so we had a little rough start, but we are back. We're feeling good. Go make some gains. We'll continue the conversation in the Swole Fam Telegram chat. And Friday, we have our FEFcast. And of course, we have overtime. It's going to be fucking lit. I'm super stoked for it. Thanks for being here. And we will see you tomorrow at the roundtable. Peace, McGee's, Deuce, Magoose, your boy, Papa Swolio.
Crazy flow, need a straight jacket. Cash flow, I'm a bank addict. 6 subs, had the bass smacking. 808, had the place clapping. 3 girls is enough for me, so I pull out like the stock crashing. Like an IPO, trying to purchase me. This a private sector, so you can't have it. Faking all that boom bapping. Who you think you is, boy? 90s want they sound back, so I give rap all these fake rappers as I take matters in my own hands. I don't need rapping, I don't need Zans. I don't need help, I'm a grown man. Now they king left and they so mad, it's like
then yeah, I found that young king with my crown at 10 racks in the fanny pack, couple hundred in the Louis bag.
That's a bed that you made. That's a bed that you made. That's a bed that you laid. That's a bed that you laid. What kind of game is you playing? We go hard in the paint you. What the fuck is you saying? I only go where they pay. What kind of game is you playing? Yeah, whoa, my shit is relevant. Our topic, my melanin is popping. I'm taking skeletons on closets and making new deposits. I'm